Okay, so this is kind of a fun little video / answering a few questions that I got in my live stream. I did a Valentine's Day live stream, and if you want to see it still, it is on my Instagram, IGTV Stories. And I answered the questions in there, but I also want to answer them here. So we're going to be doing that, and also I'm going to be explaining something to you because I was really thinking about it and made my decision on something. So, questions first. So the first question that I got in my Instagram live, Alexa, turn off the ring.
Okay.
I forgot to turn that off earlier because I was in there recording a song. So the first question was, do you take dance class? And the answer to that is not right now. I did and I plan to. I took a dance class when I was 11, almost 12. It kind of inspired, I feel like it inspired my dancing, but it had nothing to do with the actual dance class. Like, yes, that helped because, like, it taught me what dance was, but I feel like it had to do with the teacher and just everyone, like, there, you know, because it was, like, a really fun experience. Sam, come here. Come here, Sam. And then that kind of played into me being inspired for dance. That Dance Mom and JoJo, like, it all just, like, kind of inspired me, and now I just love dance. Now, I took that for, like, a while. For, like, almost a year, I want to say. Like, I don't know, maybe not a year. I feel like maybe 8 months at most. Sam. And that was real. Sam, no. That was, like, really, really fun. Then I kind of had to stop because we had a family member moving in, and, like, we just had to stop. So we had to stop. Then we were planning to, and we were friends with, so the dance teacher, we were friends with one of her friends. That was a young girl who, like, lived in the neighborhood, and, like, we would hang out with her and play with her. Sometimes, like, you know, like, a fun friendship. And so we found out that there wasn't enough people doing it, and so that dance class ended. Now I'm going to let Sam out because he wants that. Go. Then we planned to find a new dance class, and then a bunch of stuff happened, and it just kept being postponed, and we, like, never got around to it. And then pretty much all of a sudden we moved, and then we were planning to because things were calmed down because we had moved and everything, and we found, like, dance studios and near us, and then I found out I was having spine surgery, and so I couldn't dance for 5 months, and that was really hard. But then, and after that, COVID hit. So yeah, and that's kind of the point. We do plan to, and, like, find one, like, as soon as, like, quarantine, like, calms down, because right now we're really picky and we don't really do anything that act like we don't really do dance classes or anything right now until, like, even though our area is kind of opening up a little bit, like, we just don't. Like, that's our choice, and we're choosing to be safe, and that, like, at this point, you know, I'm choosing that. Like, ultimately, if it came down to it, And like at the point, ultimately, I'm 15. I gotta listen to my parents, you know. But at the same time, I agree that we should be safe, if that makes sense. And we definitely go out. We definitely like do things like go grocery shopping. We see family sometimes, but we don't see family all the time. And that was even before quarantine and before COVID and all of that. So yeah. But we like wear a mask, we stay 6 feet apart from people that we don't know. Like if we know them, then we like, like family, we don't stay 6 feet apart, because it's family, like, and like we're really safe with it, and that's really good. Also, we never went anywhere before COVID, so like, the reasoning that we don't ever go anywhere, even before COVID, was because of the reasoning that my mom had a stroke a few years ago, and she can't be left alone by herself. And if we go anywhere, it ends up like halfway through, like we plan to like stay a while and like have fun, and we end up going like halfway of what we want to, we have to leave because my mom tired and doesn't want to. So it's like really hard to do anything. But with dance class, the nice thing about it is that my dad will drop me off. He will come home, and then he will pick me up. Like come back, pick me up. When it's time. But also, he will like sometimes watch or something, or like when it comes to like a showcase or something, and him and my mom will come and like all of that. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. And with competitions that are out of town, that will be kind of a thing where both of my parents will come. Because, or either that or my dad will come and someone will like stay here with my mom, or we'll find someone to take me. Or we'll figure it out. Like that situation is something that we will figure out, and ultimately, it's a thing. So the other question that I got was, are you online school because of COVID, and you prefer public school? And the answer to that is I have always been homeschooled. I have been homeschooled. There's so many joys about it that I love. The first one being that I learn differently. You can't give me instructions and expect me to figure it out. You gotta show me, you gotta explain it to me multiple times, and then I might figure it. Yeah. So that situation. But with homeschool, my dad's my teacher. Or no, the original plan was I grew up with my mom being my teacher. Then my sister was my teacher for like a year. And then we moved back down here, and my mom was going to be my teacher again, which I was not looking forward to, because my mom explains it in a way that she thinks is simpler. She doesn't explain it in a way that's simple for me. And it kind of caused drama for a day, where I just kind of my mom was like, aren't you excited for school? And I'm like, what, have you met me? I don't like school. I never have been excited about school. Versus, and she was it caused kind of drama, and it became a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna turn on the Okay. So then came like drama and stuff, and one thing led to another where an argument or something happened, and then my dad is my teacher pretty much. Because no, and this is true. And like my mom will explain something to me and be like, it's simple. And she'll explain this long, complicated thing that is not simple. And then she's like, I don't know why you're not getting it. Like, it's simple stuff. How are you ever gonna move and you can't get this super simple thing? And I'm like, that is not simple. Also, then, and my dad will come in and my mom will leave. And he'll be like, forget everything that she just said. And do this, and then this. And we'll explain it a completely, totally different way. And I'm like, oh, that's not the most hard thing. That's kind of simple. Like, no, he'll explain it in such a different way. And it will come out 1,000 times simpler than the way that my mom explained it. And it's nothing up against mine. It's just she, like, grew up learning off of instructions and stuff and, like, all this stuff. I don't do it that way. I can't figure it out that way. Like, it's a thing. So being homeschooled has a plus. Like, my dad's my teacher. Second up, I'm in school for like an hour or two, which having a much shorter time, and it's not like I'm learning less, but that's partly because of our schedule and my parents' scheduling. And so yeah, but also it gives me more time to focus on things. It gives me more time to focus on things that I love, like dance and stuff. So yeah. And then also I did get a nice compliment that I'm very happy about. Like someone said, and I was telling like a few stories and just like fun little stories and stuff. And it was actually, here's what got on to it. It was that I hate the song Let It Go now from Frozen. Here's why I'm gonna explain it to you also, but I'm not gonna explain the stories because you know the stories. But someone complimented me and said, you tell the nicest and like the best stories, and I'm like, thanks? No, but the reasoning that I hate the song Let It Go, so when I was little, like when Frozen first came out, like I was one of the first people in line. I was like the first person in line to get the Frozen movie. Like, I love Frozen. I love the song Let It Go. Like, it was like ultimately at the time, it was one of my favorite songs. And I just love the song Let It Go. But now I can't stand that song, and here's why. The reasoning is because Let It Go, I was at 7 to the point where every time I would sing in music class or like something, it was Let It Go. And so like, I'm now hearing that song, instead of bringing me like happy and reminding me of like fun, like memories of like singing that song and just being happy, it honestly doesn't do that more. It actually just makes me sad and makes me miss my crush even more because it like I sang that song so many times at like music class, and it takes me back to missing my crush. So I hate the song now. I'll like it again once I'm reunited with my crush, but for now, it just makes me sad. So on to the next little bit, which is kind of just talking about, so last year I like kind of just gave myself a makeover, like a new me, and ultimately it was really good. But this year I am also doing that, so I have a series of video, 4 of them coming out really soon. So the first one is, well, one of them's gonna be a hair makeover, where my parents ordered these really colorful hair extensions, and for me, so like that's one of my Valentine's Day gifts. And so that can be a video where I give myself a hair makeover. Every year I go through a phase where like I just want to switch my hair up, make it look new, make it look fun and like different. And I always try to like catch it before it gets to that point, because if I don't, I end up wanting to cut my hair and then I love it for like a day or two, and then I'm like, I wish I had long hair, and I like regret it. So yeah, last year, we gave it some pink tips, and then we cut it because I don't really know why. We just did. I think it was because everyone was doing it in quarantine, and it was like a trendy thing on YouTube, and also it ended up, okay, I'll admit, it ended up looking good, and I still like it, like it definitely looked good, but I want long hair. And like my hair never grows. Like it grows very, very, very slowly. So the thing I feel like I was most mad about was I cut 2 years worth of work. Because my hair took 2 years to get to the length that it was. And I like cut it off last year and made it like medium length. So yeah, so part 1 is a hair makeover, or one of them is gonna be a hair makeover, one of them is gonna be a dance makeover. And the reason I say dance makeover is I'm gonna be dancing in heels and just becoming a more mature dancer. Because ultimately at this point I am at that point, but I really wanna like showcase it in a video, and then there's also gonna be like 2 other parts, or like that you'll have to stay tuned for. So yeah. Onto the decision that I made. So this was kind of a hard decision, and I hope that you understand why. So I was thinking about the other day about when I find my crush, when I find him, if he's okay with it, if I was gonna make the choice. Like, if he left it up to me putting, like, if I find my crush and, like, we start dating and stuff, if I was gonna put it out on social media. Now, ultimately, I wasn't going to if he wasn't okay with that. Like, I respect that and I understand that. But if it was my decision for that one, if he didn't care if it was on social media or not, would I? And the answer to that is kind of a yes and a no. I feel like for the most part, if it comes down to him like being like, sure, we can put it on social media, like, I think parts of it will be, but a lot of it won't. And here's why. Because basically, I never had a relationship, like, none of that. And, with social media, it's really, really hard. Because you gotta think about it this way. With social media, you're basically being judged for everything. Every move you make, it's someone out there watching it, someone putting their opinion on it, and that's really challenging. for me, doing social media, that has never really bothered me in the sense. But also doing it, I watch a lot of YouTubers and who are like dating people, and they even say, like, a lot of them say, and having a relationship on social media is really hard and like really challenging because people are putting their opinions on it, people are judging it, people are saying and like telling you that they want to become official. What I mean by that, that there's two levels of crush. There's a crush in the sense that they don't know that you like them, but you like them. And then there's the like safer level of dating, which is called a crush. And when you make it official, you're officially dating and like all of that. So like with social media and doing really, people are like I'm putting their opinions on it. They're telling you they want it to be official and like they judge you for things. Like it just gets really challenging. And for me doing social media, I handle it really well. And like for me, hate doesn't get to me. I've been really lucky. I only had one hate comment before, and that kind of was because I was talking about a very like known person that gets a lot of love and joy, but also hate, which is Abby Lee Miller, you know, or her picture is right there. Let me pass that now. And so, ultimately, after considering everything, I think if me and my crush do end up dating, and if it ends up like where I had the choice to put on social media or not, a lot of it's not gonna be on social media. And I hope you understand. And it's not saying that can be entirely off social media. There's definitely going, like, if it comes down to it, there's gonna be videos, but for the most part, I think that the best thing is to keep it mostly off social media. Because my life is entirely on social media. I literally have no secrets. Like, literally most of my diary on social media. Like, it's just a thing. And also, you do gotta understand that with a relationship, it's still a friendship. Like, there's always that base, and that base is a really good friendship, and that can be destroyed from doing social media, or it can make you stronger, and ultimately, I don't know. Now, just know, if he says, I don't want it on social media, yeah, and if you put on social media, we're breaking up, then ultimately, if he doesn't want it on social media, I'm not going to put it on social media. No, I'm going to respect that, and that's totally fine. But if he says that it's cool, then, no. And if he wants it to be on social media, then I'll put it on social media. But for the most part, if it's my choice, a lot of it's going to be off social media. And I hope you respect that. Now, there are going to be things, like the massive things, I'll put on social media. But there is going to be some stuff that's going to be off social media, obviously. You know, like, I'm not going to, like, pick up the camera and film a video every time something good happens, you know. Like, yeah. But there is other stuff that I wanted to just kind of talk about, you know, like, So the other stuff I want to talk about is today I am a wreck and it got worse because of something. And I got Pokemon cards and so I basically, if we know what, here's the story. We got McDonald's for lunch and I got like a little like 4-piece chicken McNugget, and then I got a 6-piece chicken nugget Happy Meal because I like getting a toy. Like I like getting a toy and I like Happy Meals. Come for me for being a kid, but I like Happy Meals. And in it I got Pokemon cards and that I about broke over that. Because it takes me back to music class. Here's why. Because, so basically we did a Pokemon themed week. And my crush loved that. He loved Pokemon. He's really into that. I don't know much about it. I know a little bit, like, I can tell you who Pikachu is, but, like, I can tell you what, like, and you show me, like, I can describe who Pikachu is, but other than that, like, I don't know much about it. And, like, and that's fine, like, it's fine. But the thing that made me a wreck was because he did a Pokemon themed week, and I know nothing about it, and that this week literally couldn't have gone any worse. Like, this week was horrible for 2 reasons. The first reason is we had a new assistant. And I for me that kind of like, that needs a little bit of like getting used to the situation and that thing. And so like I was trying to like get used to the new assistant and stuff because I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know, for all I know, that they could be a horrible person. I don't know that. Sorry if they are watching this. And you didn't seem like you were a horrible person, okay? But at the time, I didn't know. So, like, that situation. But yeah. So, it was kind of a thing. And so, yeah, basically what happened was the other thing that made the week horrible. Well, there was actually two other things. There was like a good 3 other things. And so the next one was probably one of the worst ones for me, which was that we were doing this game. I don't even remember what it was called or why, like, anything about it pretty much. We're like, it was kind of like rock, paper, scissors, shoot or something, but it was like Pokemon themed or something. So instead of doing like rock, paper, scissors, shoot, we like did Pokemon characters or something. I don't remember really. And because I got partnered with the worst person that I could have got partnered with. And I'm like, honestly, in a way, I didn't want to be partnered with my crush. Now, here's why. Because it meant it was like a game, and it meant I would be going up against my crush, and I didn't want to do that. I got partnered with the new assistant, which was not good for me, because I was shy, awkward, and like in my own bubble. Oh, I didn't even want to participate in it, but I did. And because I was too shy and awkward to back out of this. And so, like, it was a thing. And so, yeah. And it kept being a tie. So finally, only the teacher was kind of making the situation work. Because it meant longer I had to stand there, like, doing this thing with the new assistant. There were so many bad things about this week. In the 1 week. So the teacher had this idea where she was gonna pick someone else, and like like the teacher and one other person. So the teacher was on my team and this other person was on the other team. And and that basically whoever the teacher picked and the teacher would tell me, and the other person would tell like the new assistant and what what character we were doing for the game or something. And somehow it still ended up being a tie. But to make it worse, or the person that got picked, and not to go on my team, but to go on the new assistant team, was my crush. Which made it annoying because I was going up against my crush. So that kind of happened. And yeah, and then finally, only we just ended it because I was like, no. We finally one of us won. I forget who won. And then to make this week even like that slight bit worse, or I don't even remember what happened. There was something else, but I forget what it was. I remember like something. I'm trying to think first. Well, I forget, but there was something else that like just threw the week over. Like, no, but like it was kind of awkward because it was sad. Like the Pokemon cards reminded me of week that was not a good week, and also it just reminded me of my crush. Yeah. On the bright side, the new album song came out because the one that I was gonna do for Bella sounded weird. It wasn't finished. It just had a lot of stuff. So yeah. So peace out.